Teaser. Forget the previous highest level. We're going higher. This next chapter unveils the Supreme Realm, a title only whispered about in legend. And also remember this name, Yushu. Witness her purpose and what role she will play in this story. With that, let's continue.
The Golden Rule also belongs to the first tier. Lin Moyu thought to himself, as expected, he is severely injured, with only 1/10 of his strength remaining. He knew that the realm of the ancient invader was actually higher than that of the three saints. However, due to his severe injuries, he could only be on par with the saints now. Space twisted, and the killing saint reappeared. This time, his target was the other shore realm beast. The seven-headed spear struck out, each head glowing with various colors, clearly enhanced by the myriad-colored water. The other shore realm beast, dragged into the virtual realm, had no reaction and was directly pierced by the seven-headed spear. The shadow rules, combined with the amplification from the myriad-colored water, made the attack incredibly powerful. Moreover, Lin Moyu sensed the power of belief, which provided a second amplification. With a loud explosion, the other shore realm beast was blown apart, its body shattered into pieces. However, the killing saint did not stop there. He took out another drop of myriad-colored water and enhanced the seven-headed spear again. He appeared below the beast's head and stabbed it. Boom! The beast's head exploded on the spot. The Hao Saint snorted lightly, and the starry sky trembled again, as if the virtual and real worlds overlapped. The virtual realm disappeared, and the beast returned. But the returning beast had no body left. Lin Moyu saw a lonely soul, lost and confused in the starry sky. The killing saint had been waiting for this moment, and the seven-headed spear pierced the soul. The other shore realm beast was completely dead. The starry sky was filled with the beast's flesh and blood. The beast was so huge that its flesh and blood could fill half a star. Without his mount, the ancient invader finally stood up. He spread his hands and clenched them tightly. In an instant, all the flesh and blood withered, and the blood turned into bloodlines, flying into his body. His previously dry body became full again, and his aura surged. The three saints' eyes flickered, realizing that something was wrong. The ancient invader looked at the three saints with his blood-red eyes, shaking his head slowly. "3 of you came, more than I expected. The blood and energy of the gods are too little, but the saints are not bad. By devouring the 3 of you, my power can be restored to 1/10. Your world should not have a supreme, right?" His voice was filled with cruelty and cunning, looking at the three saints like a hunter looking at his prey. As for Lin Moyu, he was completely ignored. Lin Moyu's heart skipped a beat. This guy was a supreme, and everything he did was to attract the saints. What he truly wanted to devour was not the blood and flesh of the gods, but that of the other shore realm and the saints. The next second, Lin Moyu realized something was wrong. The ancient invader seemed strong but was actually weak. A skeleton appeared beside Lin Moyu, and he switched to the undead vision. Sure enough, his soul is more than 2/3 damaged. Now he is actually at the end of his strength and won't last long. Through the undead eye, Lin Moyu saw the ancient invader's soul. His soul was severely damaged, full of holes, and only a remnant remained. Moreover, his remnant soul was still deteriorating. Lin Moyu was shocked. His soul injury is worsening, so he had to come out. If he can't heal his injury soon, he will die. I don't know what method he used to survive from ancient times to the present, but he has finally reached his limit. At this moment, the three saints' faces were also not looking good. They could feel the opponent's power more deeply than Lin Moyu. Although they were all using rules, the opponent's power level was clearly higher than theirs. They now knew they had been tricked. No matter how much godly flesh and blood there was, it was not enough to restore a supreme's former strength. What the opponent truly needed was the blood and flesh of the other shore realm and the saints. At this moment, Lin Moyu's voice came. "He is deceiving you. His soul injury is severe and worsening. He won't last long." The three saints heard Lin Moyu's voice, exchanged glances, and the Hao Saint shouted, "Attack." The ancient invader looked at Lin Moyu angrily and snorted heavily. An invisible force swept through the starry sky, but Lin Moyu was not flustered. The bone hell opened instantly, blocking in front of him. The bone hell collapsed without suspense, but the golden ball in Lin Moyu's hand shone brightly, forming a golden light that firmly protected him. Lin Moyu smiled. His goal was achieved. The bone hell was attacked, marking the ancient invader. The starry sky was filled with the remains of the other shore realm beast. Although the flesh and blood had disappeared, the remains were still there. Virtual realm, open. The sound of the heavens echoed again, and the ancient invader was momentarily lost. The virtual realm rules surged, trying to pull his soul into the virtual realm. In the undead vision, Lin Moyu clearly saw his soul being pulled, almost breaking. The Hao Saint's attack was like pouring salt on his wound. The ancient invader cried out in pain, his whole body covered in blood, and countless bloodlines emerged from his soul. The bloodlines formed a blood robe, covering his soul, preventing it from entering the virtual realm. A golden sword appeared above the heavenly saint's head, shining with golden flames, setting the entire starry sky ablaze with golden fire. This sword is a treasure of the other shore realm. Lin Moyu saw that the sword the heavenly saint had summoned was extraordinarily powerful. At the same time, 5 drops of myriad-colored water flew out, merging into the golden sword. The power of belief followed, making the golden sword even more dazzling. Slash. The voice echoed through the starry sky, and the sword's momentum fell, shattering the star river and collapsing the rules. Hundreds of thousands of kilometers of the starry sky were completely destroyed at this moment. This sword was too powerful. The ancient invader was engulfed in flames, unable to move, and had to endure the sword. He also swung his long sword, and a dense blood-red light shot up, clashing with the golden sword. With a loud explosion, Lin Moyu was knocked back by the terrifying force, temporarily deafened, unable to hear anything. The world had turned golden. If it weren't for the golden ball protecting him, Lin Moyu knew he would have died. Even with the talent to resurrect, it would be useless, as he would die again instantly, able to die many times. The skeleton beside him was the best example, dying instantly, resurrecting, and dying again. A scream echoed, the voice of the ancient invader. The golden world disappeared, and vision returned. Lin Moyu saw the killing saint's 7-headed spear had pierced the opponent's neck. The 7-headed spear glowed with myriad colors, enhanced by the myriad-colored water, making it incredibly sharp. Did you really think I couldn't pierce you? Explode. The killing saint roared, and the shadow rules exploded. But this time, it didn't shatter the ancient invader's body. Countless bloodlines surged up, entangling the 7-headed spear. Old Shaw, retreat quickly. The Hao Saint shouted urgently. In the next moment, the killing saint disappeared without a trace, abandoning the 7-headed spear. The 7-headed spear was now covered in blood-red lines, quickly melting. If he had been a moment later, the bloodlines would have entangled him. The Hao Saint pressed down with his right palm, and the ancient symbol shone brightly, suppressing down. This battle was the most thrilling one Lin Moyu had ever experienced. Compared to this, all previous battles seemed like child's play. The 3 saints used all their means, shattering the starry sky and obliterating the laws. The power of the rules swept across millions of miles of the starry sky, turning everything in it to dust. Lin Moyu barely managed to watch the battle with the golden ball given by the heavenly saint. The Hao Saint, who mastered the virtual realm rules, repeatedly tried to drag the ancient invader into the virtual realm. Although he never succeeded, he caused great distress to the invader's soul, severely disrupting his actions. The heavenly saint's golden rules were extremely fierce. A golden sword of the other shore realm slashed through stars and shattered the universe, posing the greatest threat to the ancient invader. The killing saint was elusive, seemingly having an endless supply of 7-headed spears, using one after another. Each strike caused damage, but the damage was not significant enough. The starry sky had been completely destroyed, collapsing again and again, with energy turbulence everywhere. The ancient invader manipulated the bloodline energy, fighting fiercely with the 3 saints. Although he seemed to be at a slight disadvantage, truly defeating him was not easy. The bloodline energy from the Black Blood Great Realm was extremely strange and elusive. With the long sword in his hand, he could even cut through the rules. Moreover, the ancient invader's physical body was terrifyingly strong. If the killing saint didn't use the myriad-colored water, the 7-headed spear wouldn't even be able to pierce his body. His physical body is strong, and his power is strange. The strong ones from the Black Blood Great Realm are indeed terrifying. In the past, it took supreme beings to deal with such strong ones, but now, there are no supremes in the Great World. If he recovers, the Great World will be in trouble. Lin Moyu had already seen that the power of the Black Blood Great Realm was incompatible with the Great World. The strong ones from the Black Blood Great Realm could devour the blood and flesh of living beings to recover and enhance themselves. Such an existence could not be allowed to live. The saints did not want to kill him but wanted to capture him to obtain information from ancient times. Ancient information was clearly very important to the saints. But Lin Moyu had a different idea. If such an existence could not be killed, it would be a great future threat. Lin Moyu held a piece of flesh in his hand, which came from the other shore realm beast. He knew he only had one chance. The battle became more intense, with the 3 saints using all their means, coordinating perfectly, giving the ancient invader no chance. After a period of strong aura, the ancient invader's aura finally began to weaken. The three saints were overjoyed and intensified their attacks. The ancient invader tried to break through several times but failed each time. The killing saint firmly restrained him, and the heavenly saint's golden rules ignited a golden sea of fire, trapping him like a cage. The ancient invader's aura weakened, and the situation became increasingly favorable for the three saints. "You underestimated me," the ancient invader snorted coldly, and a blood-red pill appeared in his hand. After hesitating for half a second, the ancient invader swallowed the pill. In an instant, his blood and energy surged, and blood-red energy shot into the sky. His power became even stronger than before. "He wants to escape, stop him. Old Shah, do it." The heavenly saint and the house saint shouted in unison. The killing saint laughed, "I've been ready for this." "Want to escape? No way. Shadow prison." The sound of the heavens echoed, and the starry sky within 100,000 miles instantly solidified. Space, laws, rules, everything was solidified at this moment. The ancient invader's movements slowed down instantly. Shadows appeared in the starry sky, gray and very peculiar. One of the huge shadows came from the ancient invader. The killing saint stepped on the ancient invader's shadow and drew a prison around it. The shadow was stepped on by the killing saint, making the ancient invader's body stiff and unable to move. As the prison was drawn, the control became even more severe. The shadow rules directly controlled the shadow. At this moment, the heavenly saint threw out a large net, a golden net, also a treasure of the other shore realm. The net expanded instantly, large enough to cover stars, and fell on the ancient invader. Virtual realm, open. The house saint once again tried to drag the ancient invader into the virtual realm. With three-pronged attacks, the ancient invader had no chance. In the blink of an eye, the ancient invader was firmly controlled. Lin Moyu, using the undead vision, noticed something wrong. After swallowing the pill, the ancient invader's aura seemed to surge, but his combat power did not actually increase. The pill seemed to be a temporary power-boosting pill with significant side effects, otherwise, he wouldn't have hesitated before swallowing it. But now, it seemed that wasn't the case. In the undead vision, countless bloodlines suddenly rose in his soul. The originally broken soul seemed to heal at this moment. Then the entire soul flame turned blood red. The undead vision could only see gray, but through the depth of the gray, Lin Moyu concluded that his entire soul world had turned blood red. The ancient invader's eyes turned red. "HMPH, you are quite good, but saints are still saints, far from being truly powerful. You have no idea what true power is. After devouring you, I will destroy this world." Dark blood realm, open. In an instant, countless dark forces surged from all directions like a tidal wave. Blood-red light blossomed from the ancient invader, forming a blood-red world. The starry sky was shrouded in blood-red, forming a large sphere with a diameter of over 1,000,000 kilometers. Outside was thick dark power, and inside was a mix of dark and blood-red forces. The golden light of the golden rules was covered, and the shadows disappeared. The killing saint shouted, he broke free from the prison. Then a rumbling sound echoed, and blood-red sword energy flew everywhere. The heavenly saint also shouted, he broke through the golden net. In the dark blood realm, everything was blood-red, and nothing could be seen. The three saints immediately retreated, trying to leave this world. But they found that the world was already sealed, and the dark power at the edge blocked them. The house saint activated an ancient talisman, trying to break the dark blood realm. The dark blood realm shook violently but did not break. The three saints gathered together, and the heavenly saint set up defenses, raising several shields to guard against any possible attacks. Lin Moyu, using the undead vision, closely watched the battlefield. After activating the dark blood realm, the ancient invader's soul world became empty, and his soul was more broken than before. He still wants to escape. The ancient invader had no intention of attacking the saints. He was bluffing. His real goal was to escape. He was hard to kill, and so were the saints. So this choice seemed right. Suddenly, the ancient invader's soul flame rapidly enlarged in the vision. He's coming for me. Lin Moyu was also in the dark blood realm. Normally, he wouldn't see anything. But with the undead vision, he could see the invader's soul. Seeing the ancient invader rushing towards him, Lin Moyu knew he wanted to kill him before escaping. After all, he was just a god king, pathetically weak. But this was exactly what Lin Moyu wanted. The myriad-colored water flew out, hundreds of drops at once. All the belief power accumulated over these days was also used, leaving none behind. Stellar-level spell, corpse explosion. The ancient invader was very strong, surpassing the saints. If only one saint had come this time, the outcome would have been as the ancient invader had planned. The saint would have been devoured, and their flesh and blood would have become nourishment for his recovery. But now, facing 3 saints, the ancient invader could only flee. However, he did not intend to leave without killing someone as insignificant as Lin Moyu. The myriad-colored water emitted various colors, becoming the only bright spot in the blood-red world. The blood-red world could not suppress the brilliance of the myriad-colored water. 100 drops of myriad-colored water turned into bubbles, and at the same time, Lin Moyu's remaining belief power was also exhausted. The ancient invader saw this insignificant god king raise his finger and point at him. He can see me? This was his last thought. Boom! A violent explosion rushed into his head, shaking his soul. The soul world shattered in the explosion, and his soul was washed by terrifying energy. His thoughts stopped at this moment, falling into eternal darkness. In the violent roar, the dark blood realm shattered. Lin Moyu regained his vision and saw the situation in front of him. A corpse, blown to pieces, floated quietly in front of him. The ancient invader was blown to death. 100 drops of myriad-colored water, combined with belief power, and the explosion of the other shore realm beast's corpse. Lin Moyu didn't know how many times the power was amplified, but this strike's power definitely exceeded that of a saint. If the ancient invader had chosen another direction to escape, Lin Moyu might not have been able to do anything to him. But he chose to escape towards Lin Moyu, which could only be said to be his destined calamity. From ancient times to now, he had been lingering on, but before he could recover his former glory, he died at Lin Moyu's hands. What a pitiful end. The 3 saints appeared in front of Lin Moyu simultaneously. The killing saint exclaimed, "He's dead?" Lin Moyu nodded slightly, as it was obvious. The killing saint shouted again, "You killed him?" Lin Moyu nodded again, as it was also obvious. The killing saint wanted to say more, but the Hao saint interrupted him. "Lin, did you detonate the other shore realm beast's corpse?" Among the 3, only the Hao saint knew some of Lin Moyu's spells. He knew that Lin Moyu had a spell that ignored the gap in realms, and the stronger the corpse, the greater the power. Using the other shore realm beast's corpse, combined with 100 drops of myriad-colored water and belief power, it was indeed possible to kill the ancient invader. But thinking about it, it still seemed a bit insufficient. But the fact was right in front of them, so they had to believe it. The Hao saint didn't know that Lin Moyu's talent could amplify spells. A 400-fold amplification might not be as good as the myriad-colored water, but it wasn't far off. This kind of amplification, the stronger the corpse, the more terrifying the amplification. So under these conditions, killing the already severely injured ancient invader was not impossible. The killing saint said, "What are you guys talking about?" Lin Moyu explained his spell, and the killing saint's eyes widened, showing an exaggerated expression. "You mean, if you have a saint's corpse, you can kill me in an instant?" Lin Moyu didn't answer directly, but the answer was clear. Yes, he could. The killing saint muttered in shock, "Such a perverse spell exists." The heavenly saint was also shocked by Lin Moyu's spell, but he wasn't as exaggerated as the killing saint. He looked at the ancient invader's corpse and sighed, "What a pity, we wanted to get some ancient information from him." Lin Moyu had already guessed the saint's thoughts and said, "Actually, it's better that he's dead. If he were alive, there might be trouble, and dead people don't lie." Dead people don't lie? That sounded strange. The killing saint didn't understand. Isn't it that dead people don't talk? He was straightforward and asked directly when he didn't understand. The Hao saint chuckled. "Lin has another spell that can revive the dead and turn them into his subordinates. Then he can ask whatever he wants." The killing saint's shock reappeared, even more exaggerated than before. "Really? Such a spell exists?" Lin Moyu nodded. "It's not a complete revival, but a different form of revival with a time limit. Once the time is up, they will die again. And with my current ability, I can't revive him. He would break free from my control." The Hao saint asked, "Lin, at what realm do you think you can fully control him?" Lin Moyu thought for a moment. "At least when I reach the other shore realm, and to be safe, it's best to wait until I reach the saint realm." The experience in the Tulu realm was still fresh in his memory. The revived beings were not under his control at all. Those beings were all at the other shore realm. Lin Moyu felt that when he reached the God's sovereign realm, he would be able to control the other shore realm beings. In other words, the revival spell could control beings one realm higher than himself. So when he reached the other shore realm, he could control supremes. Saints also belonged to the other shore realm, just with a different name, under the same major realm. But to be safe, it was better to wait until he reached the saint realm. After all, there was only one chance, and the opponent came from the Black Blood Great Realm. It was uncertain whether his spell could revive him. Based on the experience in the Tulu realm, it should be possible. The house saint looked at Lin Moyu. We are all waiting for the day you become a saint. When Lin Moyu becomes a saint, perhaps the mysteries of ancient times can be unraveled. Lin Moyu smiled slightly. I will work hard. I also want to know what happened in ancient times. The house saint waved his hand and collected the ancient invader's corpse but did not take the long sword left behind. He looked at Lin Moyu. If I remember correctly, you need a good sword. Lin Moyu smiled. Yes. Then take this one. Let the heavenly saint modify it for you. The house saint decided for the heavenly saint. The heavenly saint had no objections. He touched the long sword. The long sword hummed softly, gradually covered with a layer of golden light. 10 minutes later, the originally dark red long sword turned into a golden sword. It looked very flashy, like something a nouveau riche would use. The heavenly saint said, this sword comes from the black blood great realm and contains a trace of its power, which is useless to us. But it is extremely sturdy, even we find it hard to destroy. I have infused it with the golden rules and sealed the power of the black blood great realm. Its grade is about high-level god sovereign, but its sturdiness far exceeds that. When you use it, you can also unleash a trace of the golden rules power. This sword can be used for both offense and defense, making it quite good. Lin Moyu was delighted. A high-level god sovereign treasure. Being able to wield the golden rules, it was strong in both offense and defense. More importantly, it was sturdy enough, so he wouldn't have to borrow swords from the skeleton god general every time. Taking his subordinate's sword too many times was a bit embarrassing, wasn't it? Lin Moyu smiled. Thank you, Saint. The heavenly saint waved his hand. Compared to what you've done, this is nothing. Just the ancient well of ancestral water Lin Moyu gave was of immeasurable value. Giving a sword was nothing in comparison. The house saint said, if you have any other requests, feel free to ask. We will try to fulfill them. Lin Moyu looked at the killing saint. Could you please take me to the Vermilion Bird battlefield? I need to find Senior Zhu Qiwu. In the dark void, the speed of the killing saint was faster than the star domain teleportation array. Lin Moyu only took half a day to rush out of the dark void. The path chosen by the killing saint did not pass through the White Tiger star domain. Instead, it directly bypassed the central Divine City star domain and went straight to the Vermilion Bird star domain. From there, he used the teleportation array of the Vermilion Bird star domain to head to the Vermilion Bird battlefield. Even after leaving the dark void, the speed of the killing saint was still astonishing, not slower than the teleportation array. He didn't even need to rely on flying artifacts, just using the shadow rules to move through the dark areas along the way. 2 days later, Lin Moyu arrived at the Vermilion Bird star domain. After sending Lin Moyu to the Vermilion Bird star domain, the killing saint turned and left, reminding him to focus on his cultivation and not get distracted. Clearly, the saints were very concerned about ancient matters. Feeling the familiar 127 aura, Lin Moyu's memories surged. He remembered when he had just left the small world. It seemed like yesterday. At that time, he was only at the super god level, not even a true god, but in the blink of an eye, he had become a god king. He had killed many god kings and quite a few god lords, transforming from an unknown youth into a genius praised by the world. All the changes seemed to have happened yesterday. He thought of Ji Yu Qingshan, a pure and elegant woman. As a direct disciple of a god lord, she had her own pride. With good aptitude and steady cultivation, she dreamed of entering the Divine City. With Ji Yu Qingshan's ability, entering the Divine City was inevitable, just a matter of time. He also thought of Ren Chang, one of his friends, who was straightforward but a bit silly. When this is over, I can come back and have a drink with Ren Chang. As for Ji Yu Qingshan, whether we meet again depends on fate. Lin Moyu was calm and did not force anything. If it was meant to be, they would meet again. The teleportation array activated, and after several transfers, Lin Moyu returned to the Vermilion Bird battlefield. Each battlefield had its unique aura, and the aura of the Black Tortoise battlefield was completely different from that of the Vermilion Bird battlefield. The familiar aura brought back memories. Here, he had grown from a true god to a god king, going through a very important stage. In this place, Zhu Qiwu had helped him a lot. To Lin Moyu, Zhu Qiwu was not just a respected senior but also half a teacher. Without Zhu Qiwu, his cultivation would not have been so smooth. To repay the favor, Lin Moyu, upon obtaining the inheritance of the star fragmentation rule, immediately thought of finding Zhu Qiwu, without even considering returning to the Divine City. Following the markers, the first fortress of the Vermilion Bird battlefield came into view. Entering the fortress, Lin Moyu received a battlefield token again. Holding the familiar token, Lin Moyu sent a message to Zhu Qiwu, informing him of his arrival. After waiting for a few minutes without a response, Lin Moyu was a bit surprised. Zhu Qiwu should have received his message, and he had said he wouldn't leave the battlefield temporarily. Even if he left, as long as there was the Human Emperor network, he should have received the message and at least informed him. After waiting a few more minutes, Lin Moyu sent another message. This time, he quickly received a response and immediately headed to the trading center. Familiar with the place, Lin Moyu entered the backyard of the trading center and saw the familiar pavilion. In the pavilion, Yuzhu was sitting gracefully. The familiar person, familiar tea, and familiar setup, everything was unchanged. The scene was so familiar, as if time had turned back to a few years ago, overlapping with his memories. However, not everything was the same. Yuzhu's eyes sparkled with uncontrollable excitement, her smile radiant. "Captain, you're finally back. Did you miss me?" Yuzhu was still as beautiful as ever, with no trace of time on her. Since that mission, Yuzhu had always called Lin Moyu Captain, and it never changed. Lin Moyu took a sip of tea, still the refreshing and sweet iced tea of the Ice Clan. "I had some matters to attend to." Yuzhu rolled her eyes at Lin Moyu. "Captain, that's not nice." "Just telling the truth," Lin Moyu said straightforwardly, fully displaying his blunt nature. Yuzhu snorted. "Captain, can't you say something nice, like you miss me?" Lin Moyu threw the question back at Yuzhu. "Do you want to hear the truth or a lie?" Yuzhu tilted her head, thinking for a moment, then smiled. "I want to hear both the truth and the lie, as long as it's something nice." Lin Moyu chuckled. "The truth is, I did have some matters to attend to and came to find Senior Zhu Qiwu, but I also wanted to see you." Yuzhu's smile brightened. "Whether you missed me or not doesn't matter, as long as you remember me." Lin Moyu smiled. "I won't forget. After all, we are comrades." Yuzhu poured more tea for Lin Moyu. "Captain, are you looking for Zhu Qiwu?" Lin Moyu nodded. "I sent a message but got no reply. Senior Zhu Qiwu should still be in the battlefield. Do you have any specific information?" Yuzhu shook her head. "For someone of Zhu Qiwu's level, his whereabouts are usually kept secret by the military. It's hard for us to find out. But a few months ago, we received news that Senior Zhu left the 10th fortress. I'll check if there's any latest information." Yuzhu connected to the Human Emperor network, searching for the latest news. The Yu family had its own intelligence system, which seemed to be connected to the Shu family. After all, both families had ancestors at the other shore level, so sharing intelligence was normal. A few minutes later, Yuzhu left the Human Emperor network. "There is news, but it's from a month ago. Senior Zhu left the 10th fortress 9 months ago and has been appearing in various areas, killing god lords of different races. In just 8 months, he has killed over 300 god lords, including 50 high-level god lords. A month ago, Senior Zhu was last seen in the 10th war zone, then disappeared." Lin Moyu listened to the intelligence and began to ponder. Why did Zhu Qiwu suddenly start killing so many god lords? With Zhu Qiwu's strength, killing god lords wasn't difficult, but why didn't he do it before and only started now? Lin Moyu recalled what Zhu Qiwu had said before, that he had something important to do. This was said when he was halfway to the other shore. Lin Moyu also remembered what happened shortly after Zhu Qiwu arrived at the battlefield. A strong enemy from another race had killed many human god lords until they encountered Zhu Qiwu, who repelled them. That battle was famous, and the enemy god lord was very powerful, killing several high-level human god lords. Zhu Qiwu had mentioned that although he repelled the enemy, he was also injured. Connecting the dots, Lin Moyu roughly guessed what Zhu Qiwu had been doing these past months. Lin Moyu had some understanding but wasn't entirely sure. Would the military know more? Yuzhu nodded. "They should. Do you want me to ask?" Lin Moyu shook his head. "No need, I'll ask myself. After I'm done, I'll come back for tea and to sell some things." Leaving the trading center, Lin Moyu sent a message to Kei Yuanjun, saying he had something to discuss. At the same time, Lin Moyu headed towards the teleportation array. Kei Yuanjun quickly responded and immediately came over. He did not dare to neglect Lin Moyu. As a Legion commander, the information he received far exceeded that of others. Not to mention Lin Moyu's relationship with Zhu Qiwu, his own disciple also relied on Lin Moyu for treatment. Even the things Lin Moyu did after leaving the battlefield occasionally reach his ears. For whatever reason, he could not afford to neglect such a super genius as Lin Moyu. Just as Lin Moyu arrived at the teleportation array, Kei Yuanjun also arrived. Upon seeing Lin Moyu, Kei Yuanjun's body trembled slightly. For some reason, he felt a powerful pressure emanating from Lin Moyu. Although Lin Moyu was just a god king, he felt stronger than a god sovereign. This was his intuition as a soldier. Lin Moyu got straight to the point. "Commander Kei, do you know where Senior Zhu has gone?" Kei Yuanjun's face changed. "Are you here to find Commander Zhu?" Lin Moyu nodded. "I can't reach Senior Zhu. I heard some information from the Yu family, but I don't know the details." Ke Yuanjun said, "Let's go to Fortress Number 10. I'll explain in detail when we get there." As he spoke, Ke Yuanjun took out his battlefield token and quickly operated it, granting Lin Moyu access to Fortress Number 10. Fortress Number 10 was not a place one could go to at will. It required the appropriate permissions. The two activated the teleportation ray and headed towards Fortress Number 10. As countless streams of light passed by, Lin Moyu's face grew somber while standing in the teleportation array's passage. Although Ke Yuanjun hadn't said anything, his reaction made Lin Moyu feel uneasy. If there was nothing wrong, Ke Yuanjun could have just said so directly. There was no need for such secrecy. The two remained silent along the way, creating a somewhat oppressive atmosphere. Ke Yuanjun originally wanted to chat with Lin Moyu to get closer, but seeing Lin Moyu's serious expression, he wisely kept his mouth shut. The teleportation ended in silence, and the two arrived at Fortress Number 10. A middle-aged man in a white robe was already waiting in front of the teleportation array. Ke Yuanjun immediately introduced, "This is Commander Morong Tuo of Fortress Number 10. Lin Moyu slightly bowed, "Greetings, Commander Morong. Could you tell me what has happened?" Morong Tuo had already received the information from Ke Yuanjun and knew that Lin Moyu had a special relationship with Zhu Qiwu. Moreover, Lin Moyu was an honored soldier with the rank of captain, so he did not hide anything. "Commander Zhu has gone to the core area of the battlefield." Lin Moyu frowned. "Why did Senior Zhu go there?" Morong Tuo asked, "Captain Lin, have you heard of the blood path to the other shore?" Lin Moyu was slightly taken aback. "I have not." Morong Tuo explained to Lin Moyu what the blood path to the other shore was. To reach the other shore, one must use killing as a guide and pave the way with blood. Among the beings at the other shore realm, there is an unwritten rule that they cannot easily take action. Therefore, on the surface, God sovereigns appear to be the strongest force. Most people don't even know about the existence of the other shore realm. However, individuals like Zhu Qiwu, who have one foot in the other shore realm, surpass God sovereigns but are not true beings of the other shore, are not restricted. As long as they don't invade others' territories, beings at the other shore realm from other races won't interfere in battlefield matters. Thus, when such individuals appear, they seize the opportunity to kill God sovereigns from other races. They call this the blood path to the other shore, using the blood of their enemies to pave their way to the other shore, creating a path to the heavens. 1,000 years ago, shortly after Zhu Qiwu arrived on the battlefield, he encountered such an individual. It was a peak God sovereign from the demon race, with one foot in the other shore realm, causing great destruction. Dozens of God sovereigns from the human race were killed, including several high-level God sovereigns. Eventually, he found Zhu Qiwu and tried to kill him. After a fierce battle, Zhu Qiwu repelled him but was severely injured, taking hundreds of years to recover. This battle was neither a clear victory nor defeat, but Zhu Qiwu claimed he did not lose. 1,000 years later, it is now Zhu Qiwu's turn to tread the blood path to the other shore. In recent months, Zhu Qiwu has been moving across various battlefield areas, killing one God sovereign after another. This time, he went to the core area of Zone 10 because of intelligence that several peak God sovereigns from various races had joined forces to counterattack Zhu Qiwu, trying to prevent him from reaching the other shore. No matter which race, even those without enmity with the human race, they do not want another being at the other shore realm to emerge from the human race. Just because there is no enmity now doesn't mean there won't be in the future. After hearing Morong Tuo's explanation, Lin Moyu asked, "Commander Morong, do you know where this intelligence came from?" Morong Tuo thought for a moment. Commander Zhu didn't say, but he mentioned it was from someone named Old Shu. Old Shu, the Shu family. Lin Moyu understood that this intelligence came from the Shu family. Zhu Qiwu, being from the Divine City, having connections with the Shu family was normal. The Shu family is one of the largest intelligence families in the human race, alongside the Yu family. Many of the Yu family's messages also come from the Shu family. Just look at the Guanxi Hall in the Divine City. After receiving the intelligence from the Shu family, Zhu Qiwu would naturally not doubt its authenticity and went there. He has been gone for a month without returning, indicating something might have gone wrong. Whether alive or dead, Lin Moyu decided to see for himself. But before going, he needed to make some preparations. To deal with peak God sovereigns, he needed to be well prepared. He immediately activated the teleportation ray and returned to Fortress Number 1. Communicating with the Human Emperor network, he said, "Open the military supply warehouse." He still had 3 military supply points and 16 contribution points. With his current realm, he could exchange for most God King level items. Adding contribution points, he could even exchange for God Sovereign level items. The Human Emperor network prompted, "Opening the military supply warehouse requires 1 military supply point. This action cannot be undone. Please confirm." "Open." Lin Moyu confirmed with his thoughts. Opening the military supply warehouse. 1 military supply point has been deducted. A massive warehouse appeared before Lin Moyu, with the starry sky as the background. All treasures were placed in the starry sky, like stars. Each treasure had a name. After making a selection, detailed information about the treasure, including its level, use, and method of use, would be provided. This was Lin Moyu's second time opening the military supply warehouse, so he was familiar with the scene and knew what he needed. He quickly scanned the God King level treasures and then ignored them. He spoke loudly, "Consume 4 contribution points." The Human Emperor network prompted again, "Your realm is God King. The maximum exchange level is high-level God Sovereign. Opening the exchange requires 3 contribution points. Confirm to use 4 contribution points?" Lin Moyu wasn't foolish and immediately said, "Consume 3 contribution points." Consuming 3 contribution points. This action cannot be undone. Please confirm. Consume. With his confirmation, 3 contribution points were deducted. The God King level treasures rippled like water and then disappeared. New treasures appeared, exuding powerful auras.